to be intimidated. Sumiko, Lady Samurai Inaba was a
Cornelia Holm, very difficult to put away.
Oh!
Yeah.
More body shots. This one first round finish.
She walked into the cage under hot lights, her reputation already preceding her. Fists wrapped tight, a history of knockouts trailing behind every step like ghosts. When the challenger raised her voice before the fight, accusations spilling into the room like venom, many leaned in. Has anybody checked the hand wraps of Dakota? The words echoed heavy with doubt. She was accused of cheating, of wielding illegal power. She was called a bully, a threat not of brute strength but of unfair advantage. The challenger demanded justice for every fighter she'd finished. That was the insult. And it was the challenge. But to Dakota Ditcheva it wasn't pressure. It was fuel. For 6 months she had restrained herself, cage locked, fist silent. She trained, built up anger, built up frustration. There had been no release. Not until tonight. As she paced inside the octagon, her eyes were calm, the fire contained. She said nothing. He didn't need to. The moment the cage door slammed shut, everything changed. Standing across from her was Sumiko, Lady Samurai Inaba. Tough as nails, built like a tank, spirit of a street fighter, born under the Hawaiian sun but hardened in every gym and bar of life she'd ever walked through. He wasn't just a skilled striker or wrestler. She was chaos incarnate, a willing participant in blood and chaos, unafraid of pain, unafraid of retribution. Her record demanded respect. Her mindset demanded fear. The bell rang. Inaba surged forward, muscles uncoiling, aggression flaring. She pressed, backed Dakota toward the fence, hoping to smother the cheater, to expose weakness. She swung hard, wide, hoping to land something early. Inside that opening, Dakota saw not chance but the mistake. He didn't panic. She didn't retreat. She simply let go. Calm as a storm gathering behind the calmest surface. Jabs snapped out, measured, precise. A right hand cracked through the air and found its mark. Inaba rocked just enough to hesitate. The tide shifted. Dakota's style, forged in ring and gym, born in the sweat of Muay Thai and hardened through discipline, revealed itself. Not flashy, not theatrical, but methodical. Body shots, knees in the clinch, elbows up close. Inaba kept advancing, teeth gritted, pride forward. But every reckless step, every wild swing played right into Dakota's world. She intercepted, she countered, she dismantled. Strike after strike, tight, brutal, purposeful. By the end of round 1, Inaba's face bore the first stains of battle. Ribs already flushing red from under the ribs strikes, the harsh imprint of remembered blows. She wasn't out. But she was beginning to feel it. The danger wasn't in the challenger's fists anymore. The danger was what she underestimated. Round 2 opened more of the same. Inaba tried clinch pressure, takedowns, the aggression of the streets approach she thrived on. But that too Dakota handled. Her hips anchored, balance steady. When Inaba tried to shift weight for a takedown, she slipped free, landed elbows, knees, punctuating pain. One sharp blow to the solar plexus folded Inaba for a moment. The wind wedged from her lungs. She lifted her guard, blood mixing with sweat under the cage lights. She knew she was in deep waters. The crowd roared. The commentators gasped. Yet Dakota stayed eerily composed. She didn't let spectacle steal her focus. Not when real blows landed. Not when each strike mattered. Not now. Then, in the 3rd round, in the middle of an exchange. A subtle shift. A grimace. A glance to the corner. Dakota didn't drop. She didn't stop. But she didn't hold back. She had broken her left arm. A fighter might panic. Some might quit. Most would fight half-hearted, limp, or protect what's left. But Dakota, she adapted. He changed rhythm. She relied on the right hand, the knees, the elbows. The angles adjusted. The pain turned into a new kind of focus. She danced away from wild swings. She hit with clean hooks, quick strikes to body and head. She even taunted her bruised opponent. A brief upward glance, the subtle tilt of a chin, showing she was still in control. Still dominant. Still dangerous. Inaba, bruised, battered, breathing heavy, tried one last push. A final attempt born of defiance and desperation. But the gap was too wide. Skill, composure, instinct, all belonging to Dakota. When the final bell rang, the difference wasn't close. Every round belonged to Dakota. The scorecards confirmed it, unanimous. 30-27 across the board. She had won. She had survived. She had dominated. But this wasn't the triumphant fist pump. This wasn't a knockout celebration. When the result was read, Dakota looked almost disappointed. Not because she lost. Because she didn't finish it. The hunger's still there. The drive. The belief that clawing out a win with one arm still breaking, still hurting, that's not enough. Not for her. In the locker room after, she admitted the pain, the broken hand, but the bigger wound was absence. A long break. Months without cage time. That build-up. And now finally release. Tonight's fight wasn't just a win. It was a statement. Reset. A proof that when you call her a cheat, when you question her power, when you doubt her legitimacy, she doesn't argue. He shows you. With strikes. With grit. With blood. Sumiko Inaba walked out bruised, battered, but with her pride intact. She took a beating. She absorbed punishment. She stood until the final bell. That may count for something. But in this fight she discovered what happens when you trade chaos for precision, ferocity for discipline, doubt for iron-cold resolve. The lights in Cape Town dimmed that night, but something else ignited. Dakota Ditcheva didn't just defend her name. She expanded her legend. What was whispered, unfair raps, illegal power, it can't be real, became undeniable. And with each breath, each pulse, she proved that dangerous Dakota isn't hype. She's the real deal. One-armed, scarred, resolute. And unstoppable. So here's the question for you, the viewer watching this unfold. Did this fight finally settle it? Does Dakota Ditcheva deserve your respect, your awe, maybe even your fear? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you felt that impact, that moment when justice landed square, hit like, subscribe, and get ready for the next one. Because from here on out, every fight is more than a match. It's a statement.